This is my favorite part, when I get to see it come to life. Oh, it is so cute. Hello. Don't you just love a good overall dress? Or in better sewing terms, a pinafore. Something that just makes you feel like so put together, so lovely. The print is fun and you get a little dopamine hit every time you wear it. That's what I'm going to be creating today. I've never made one and I'm kind of just making the pattern up as I go. So it's going to be an adventure for both of us. I found this tablecloth at the thrift store, and like every normal person, I thought, I must wear that. It definitely has Christmas vibes as it has poinsettias all over it, but we're gonna wear it anyways after Christmas because Saskatchewan winters last for 5 months, and this happy fabric makes my seasonal depression go away. I'm keeping this design simple because I only have this one tablecloth to work with. I will have to double up the fabric on the bib to provide some structure, but I should have enough for that. A good thing to keep in mind is whether or not your fabric has stretch or no stretch. My fabric has no stretch, so I will have to have an elastic waistband or a zipper. For the bib and the strap, I will be using this adorable apron as an outline because I think it sits kind of well on me. I like to keep things simple. Honestly, look at how cute. This was $1.25 at the thrift store. I'm laying the apron on my fabric and tracing it out. When you're tracing clothes, remember to add seam allowance. I've done it too many times where I haven't left enough room and then my item becomes too small and it just makes me sad. So remember to add it. To get the other bib, I just took the one I cut out and traced over top of that. I made my straps 5 inches wide and very long so that I can adjust them later. I can already tell this is going to be such a cute dress. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to wear it. I'm going to work on the straps and then the bib so that the vision comes more to life now. I'm folding over my strap, then sewing over the rough edge with my serger. Then I'll turn them inside out and they'll look something like this. I have my 2 very long gummy worm straps. I just have to give them an iron. Then I'm going to move on and attach my 2 bib pieces together so that they look like that and have the 2 straps sandwiched in between the bib. I'm going to stop here for today, pick it up tomorrow because today is New Year's. I gotta have a nap before I go out tonight. So I will see you tomorrow. Happy New Year! It is New Year's Day, so Happy New Year to you. It's currently 2:22. Yo, look at those angel numbers. I kind of did all the grunt work yesterday, so we're just gonna get back into it real fast. I did make these straps a lot longer than I needed to, which I always do, just because I never know where I want the right length to sit on the dress, and that way it gives me, I'd rather have more room to play with than less room. So I get to move on to the bib. There is a certain way that I'm going to sew this. The straps are going to be here and here, so I am going to start sewing this way and then make my way down across and then just follow it until I get to this side. Just gonna flip it inside out. Okay, so this is what it should look like. The little straps poking out. Now we're just gonna give it a serge right there. This is what it looks like inside out. When we flip it right side, there we have our bib. Oh, and I'm just as excited as I was 2 minutes ago. Gonna iron it and then start on the skirt and waistband. That will probably give me the most run for my money. I cut out 2 straps. I didn't really measure them. I just made them bigger than what I would need just so that I could alter them later. This is my favorite part, when I get to see it come to life. Oh, it is so cute. I'm moving into unknown territory. How to finish it is a little bit trickier. I think I'm going to go with a elastic waistband, just so as I maybe grow through the years, it's more wearable than making it fit a certain size, like with a zipper, and then I can't wear it anymore. And I like having my clothes fit more. I will do a little bit research to figure out how to do an elastic back. I have done it. I have done my research. It was a little bit of a tricky situation. I was looking at patterns that wanted me to use like 2 inches thick elastic, but I only have an inch elastic. So that was my problem number 1. And then problem number 2 was figuring out how to attach the elastic to the waistband. And I figured it out with the elastic that I have. You have your piece of I don't know why I'm so far away. You have your piece of fabric here, and you sew the elastic to one end and the other end, but you have to stretch it out so it is the length of the fabric. So when it comes back together, this was obviously just a little mock-up, but this is ideally what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have a smaller waistband to suit my elastic, just so I can go move forward with my project today versus waiting till tomorrow, because I want to wear the dress today. Still have to figure some things out, like my waist measurements and how I want it to sit. Still don't quite fully understand how much elastic I have to cut. It's like 2 inches less than your waist measurement for it to sit nicely. I really have to think about this. So cue, montage, wish me luck. Oh my gosh, that took so long to figure out. This was a lot for my brain. I have a better idea of what I'm doing. I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow because I'm gonna go spend some time with family. It is the 3rd and final day that I will be working on this dress. I just want to wear it already. Mistakes were made yesterday. This is what I have. I had to cut out 2 more straps because I realized I needed to create sort of a tunnel for the straps. Instead of just folding one over this in half, I needed to create 2 of them. So I have them cut out, but then I also realized I had this as just my waistband, which I wasn't really thinking. I didn't measure my hips for the waistband, which I just kept thinking about my natural waist. I was like, okay, I just kept taking that measurement, but I didn't measure my hips, which were 39 inches, and that's how far my fabric has to stretch to, preferably like an inch or 2 more, just to give me some room to slide the dress up. So I didn't account for that, but I made those changes, and since I have 2 straps, I can now create a strap in the front and a strap in the back for the elastic. I'm gonna go from there. Here I am shortening all the straps to 21.5 inches with my seam allowance included, so that in total they equal 40 inches when I sew them together. I had a cool transition here, but turns out I wasn't filming that second part. I found it easier to attach the inside pieces first and then the outside ones. This way I could think step by step. Now I'm sewing the 2 inside bands together. I could have just made one long one, but making them into 2 helped me decide what the elastic length would be. It helped me visually problem solve. After that, it was time to sew on the outside waistbands. I've attached the waistband in like the weirdest way possible. I kind of lost hope a little bit. I was really worried that I messed it up and it would be too small, but I think it's going to be perfect. Next step is the elastic. Then I'm going to close everything up in the waistband and then get to the skirt. This project is so close to being done. So close. Shout out to my notebook because I would not have been able to work through these problems in my head. I just wrote everything down, wrote all my mistakes. How's my back? I'm sewing the top of my fabrics together by folding in the serged ends and doing a single stitch. This is what the straps look like when they're all put together. I have just finished attaching the waistband to the top. Oh my goodness. I don't know why my sewing projects just like always feel like the dark night of the soul. Like I start and then it gets really intense and then low, I don't know how it's gonna go, and then we always come back up. It has such a swoop. And I was in the pit of despair down here during this waistband. So this is the test to see if it's going to work. I guess it'll fit over my head. Yes! And then this is where the elastic will be, making it tight in the back. I can breathe now. The hard part is over. The next step is to attach the skirt. Basically, all I have to do is make a hole that matches the width of the waistband and then attach it like that, and then I'm done. And then maybe some hemming on one side. Oh, this is lucky. Oh, he's very bored because it's winter outside and he can't go outside all the time. Oh, this is so cute. Sometimes he likes to be held, which is like right now. He's very bored. Okay, time to do the elastic. My hips are 40 and the waistband is 40 and my natural waist is 29.5. That makes my elastic be 10.5 so that I can stretch it out and then it will bring it back to be 29.5 when the elastic is not stretched out. So 10.5 is how long I want my elastic to be. And they say for the rules of elastic, you're supposed to like stretch it out before. When I attached the elastic, I left a little bit on each side where I sewed it, kind of like a seam allowance so that it wouldn't break easier. A little trick I do to keep my fabric folded correctly is to clip it together if I'm having trouble and it's running all over the place. To get my circle measurement, I took my tape measure and made it 10 inches, then lined it up on the corner where the middle of the fabric is. I do this in a really weird way. I don't use the math that you're supposed to do to find the diameter of your circle, but I found this way to work within a few inches for me, so I'm gonna keep on doing it. So I have my skirt. It's actually a little bit bigger than my waistband, which is fine. I ended up cutting the elastic because I just did not want the problem of stretching it. So now I'm just going to figure out the best way to do this. Lots of pins. Start on this side. I'm gonna flip up my top one so I just have the bottom. Match the seam to the seam. Do that, I guess, for the other side. And then just get to pinning it to the strap. I have the skirt attached. I'm just going to give it a single stitch. So now I'm just going to fold the top band down as well as stretch the elastic so that it lines up with my other seam across the back so it goes from side to side. I'm just going to finish that up, and then it's time for the reveal. For the straps, I just pinned them in place where they felt comfortable and single stitched them on. I left them long because I don't mind the look. Sewing the waistband with the elastic was honestly the hardest part because you had to stretch the fabric while let it run through the feed dog, which was kind of tricky, but I managed. I honestly love this dress. I think it's going to be really good in summer. I don't really have the proper winter clothes to make it a winter dress. I honestly froze my butt outside. The first half was really easy. The waistband gave me the most trouble because I was just figuring it out as I went along. I didn't have a plan in place. I was just kind of winging it. So that definitely made me take 3 days instead of like 1 or 2. I was only working on it for like 2 hours each day, so it wasn't like the complete day. Overall, I think it's a great dress. Honestly, I'm really proud of myself for bringing it to life. The vision came together exactly how I was wanting it. I could have made the width of the band a little bit smaller or had a bigger elastic because the scrunching isn't as nice as I had hoped. But I knew that from the beginning when I had started with the thin little elastic. I'm excited to style it in the future. I'll probably even do like a whole thrifting video to add some pieces to my wardrobe that will go with it. I'm thinking maybe like a red or finding a green and like cute socks and maybe another different hairstyle. I'm not set on anything that I'm wearing. It's okay, but it could be better. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a very whimsical day. Thanks for watching. That's a pretty good sound. No! Oh! Well, look who it is! Look who it is! Oh, here you go.